everyone, and welcome back to the Dick Campbell Gym for some Jack Tosh basketball. I'm Christian McQuaid, and with me is TJ Silkaitis. This is a pretty good first-round matchup between the Glenbard North Panthers and the Conant Cougars. TJ, you want to give us a little background knowledge on both these teams?
Yeah, for sure, Christian. Last year, we saw both these teams play in the Tosh, both very young teams returning a lot of players. Yusuf Cisse from Conant, one of their better players, as well as Camden Lathos and Bradley Biedke. All these guys were very good for this team last year. But for Glenbard North, they're returning J.J. Hernandez, who, Christian,
how do you do?
Christian, definitely one of your favorite guys in this tournament. Very athletic. He really does a good job of playing both sides of the ball. Defensively, offensively, he's just a great player that you want. High energy motor. He's going to be all over this floor for this team. And if Glenbard North wants to come out with the win in this one, I think that's our best chance is getting the ball to Hernandez.
Yeah, I think this is a very even first-round matchup, to say the least. I mean, both of these teams, young players. I feel like last year, both teams, I remember both starters. I announced both games, or I announced games for both these teams. I feel like they're both returning the same exact starters as last year, which is always cool to see as they evolve and watch them get better. But yeah, I mean, Bradley BK had some big games when I announced. JJ Hernandez, obviously. I mean, I remember Kulig as well. Just a bunch of, or Shager, excuse me. Shager is a great player as well, but it's a very balanced, even matchup, I'd say, and a good draw for both teams. We'll see which team will move on. As here's the tip, and Cisse will win it. So this is going to be Cougars versus the Panthers, and the Panthers are coming out with a 1-3-1 trap here. Panthers swinging it. Lathos really looking for his shot here. I remember last year I announced he was one of their stars, but he travels here early.
It's not the way you want to start out the game. If you're Conant, you get the ball, you make a play, and then you just give the ball right back over to Glenbard North without really doing anything.
Shager. Over to Thatch. Shager, Thatch. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez, three ball. Ooh, in and out. And BK is going to grab the board and gets it to Cisse. Cisse running the floor. Finds Lathos. Lathos back to Cisse. Lathos, three ball, in and out. And here come the Panthers down the floor. Hernandez. Trying to find an open look. Here's Shager for three. Back rim. Cisse grabs his second board of the game, and here come the Cougars.
Both teams have gotten good looks here in the early goings of this game, just not able to find the bottom of the net as that ball goes out of bounds. But they're getting good shots, high percentage looks are just not falling for either team at the moment.
Couldn't agree more, TJ. I mean, we're barely into this game, and both teams have been able to create open looks, like you said, just not connecting. Here's BK. Looking for an open man. He's going to find Cisse. Cisse getting trapped instantly. Now gets it back. Forces a pass, and that's going to go out of bounds. And the Panthers force another turnover here.
And Cisse has great vision on that play. He sees Rhodes down there in the paint. Would have had a wide open layup. Just a little bit out in front of him, and Rhodes couldn't corral that one in.
Abushinob walks, so it will go back to the Cougars. Both teams just starting off a little slow here. You know, it's the first game of the Tosh, and maybe a little jitters going on. You know, this is a big tournament for both teams, and both teams definitely have potential to make big runs. Stolen. Here goes Hernandez, coast to coast, and misses an open layup. That's very uncharacteristic of Hernandez.
Just a little bit strong. I think he was almost a little bit surprised there that he didn't get much contest from Austin Patanknik. And just kind of missed it.
Lathos corner three, and Cisse gets the board. Cisse kicks it out. Three ball up Back rim. BK grabs it. Bodies flying everywhere. And Shager now has it. Shager runs the floor. Hernandez drives around the hoop, tries to lay it in, and another uncharacteristic miss for Hernandez.
I think Hernandez was looking for a little bit of foul. There was some contact down there on the baseline, and he couldn't finish, but no foul was called.
Here's a 3-ball. Back rim. That was Rhodes on the 3. And Abushinob grabbed the board, so now the Panthers will reset their offense. There's going to be a foul on the ground. That's going to be a number 4, Patonic. Shager hits Hernandez. Now just playing keep away with the ball. Ooh, Abushinob somehow finds a way to catch that pass. Panthers drive, throws it up. That's an easy basket for Mahari Thatch. That's the first points of this ball game, coming a little later than expected. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in. Patonic for 3. No good. Lathos puts it up and in. Cameron Lathos ties this game up.
And with the offensive struggles early on, that's just a great look there from number 14, Camden Lathos. He gets the open look inside the paint and he knocks it down. He's able to keep this right here at a tie ball game with 2 apiece, stopping any momentum Glenbard West picked up on that first basket.
Hernandez drives and misses another layup, but Panthers were there for the foul up and now back up to a 2-point lead. BK, corner 3, no good. Cease goes for the board, but Panthers will retain possession. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remain here in this first quarter. Thatch hits Hernandez. Abushinob, pump fakes, drives, kicks. Thatch drives now. Out to Hernandez. Hernandez coast to coast, lays it up off the brick. So that's Hernandez's 4th miss of the ball game. Really struggling to get going here as Lathos launches a 3 and no good.
Oh, bounced and hit the shot clock out of bounds. And speaking of shot clock, a new feature brought into the Jack Tosh tournament this year. We got to talk with a lot of head coaches about that very topic, and they all seem to be completely for it. They want to see the shot clock be added just to high school basketball in Illinois as a whole in general. They think it moves the game along better, especially in those last couple minutes of halves and games. You don't really see as much stalling from these teams, and I think that's really what the coaches want. They want to see basketball being played, not stall tactics.
I actually agree with the coaches. Here goes Cisse, coast to coast, gets fouled by Shager. That's probably a good foul there. We know Cisse is really good at finishing under the rim.
Jack Shager, I mean, he's just trailing a little bit far behind on that play. Cisse's got a step or 2 on him. Would have been a wide open, easy layup for Cisse, but Shager, I think, is making the right decision to send him to the line.
Cisse, one of those guys that stuck out for Conant last year. I enjoyed watching him play. He really led his team in tight battles and was one of those main factors for this Conant team.
And I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like Cisse's grown a little bit since last year.
He's put on a lot of muscle as well.
For sure. He looks a lot bigger. Last year, he was more of a tinier guard for this Conant team, but he looks like and he was such a great finisher around the basket last year. That extra muscle is just going to help him out around the basket.
Yeah, I can't imagine how much better he could have possibly got around the rim based off last year, but and we're already seeing him drawing contact, so it's probably going to be a pattern in this ball game. It's here moving the ball around the perimeter. Shager now has it, Cisse on him. 3 ball, there's JJ Hernandez, knocks it down. 7-4, and the Panthers have the lead.
And after starting out 0 for 4 from the field, Hernandez finally knocking down that first basket. It's got to feel good for him and his confidence, able to finally find one and see it go through to the bottom of the net.
On that last play, Lathos drew 3 defenders in when he was in the middle. It really shows you how serious he is as a scorer and how much attention he really draws for this Cougars offense. That's a wild pass, and it will go back to the Panthers.
We really haven't seen much of a defensive impact from either team. I think it's more of just the passing has just been really off for both these teams. A lot of turnovers, but it's not really just getting pickpocketed. It's a lot of bad passes thrown into traffic or like that one, just missing your wide open guy like Caleb Williams right there. He's a big guy. He's got a long wingspan, just can't hold on to everything and couldn't reach out there to grab that pass.
Panthers moving the ball around here. He stepped out of, no, he traveled. So Cougars will get the ball. Cease brings it up. Looking for the man up the middle, not open. Here's Lathos. Lathos backing his man down, trying to create his shot, and they're going to get him for a travel now. So 2 straight travel calls for both teams. 1 each way, 7-4, and the Panthers still have the lead.
I think Conant needs to start going to the basket more. They're trying to, like that play from Lathos right there. Yes, he did get called for the traveling, but it seems like they're settling for a lot of outside shots, and this team's a team that has a lot of height, a lot of kids in that 6'6" to 6'8" range that can really do damage around the basket against a much smaller Glenbard North team.
Here's a Bushinab. Out to Hernandez. Launches, 3-ball, back rim, and back to the Cougars. So still a low-scoring affair so far. BK pump fakes. Now just ball is loose, scrambling everywhere, and he threw it off a Panthers leg. So we'll stay here. Cisse to inbound. He finds Lathos. Little alley-oop lob pass, and it's going to take a toilet bowl roll into the basket. So now 6-7, Panthers lead. Thatch, 3-ball. Misses it, and here come the Cougars. Cisse to bring it up. Shot clock not in play here. They're going to hold for the last shot. Lathos trying to create his shot. 10 seconds remain here on the clock. Cisse holding. Drives, kicks, Lathos, 3-ball. Bang, bang, bang.
Ending the first half on a 3-ball from Lathos. We saw him score the last 5 points for this team. They come storming back and take that lead back from Glenbard North, going into the second quarter up 9-7.
Thanks, TJ. And with that, we're going to take a break. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, from the quick break. So far, the Cougars have the lead going into the second quarter. Panthers have the ball. Here's a Bushinab. Bushinab, it's a Shager. Stolen, and here come the Cougars sees coast to coast, lays it up and in. What a pass from Abushinab. Hang time!
Get up there. What a huge dunk from Jalen Cruz.
Wow.
And what a pass by Abushinab. He just loaded up and launched that one down the court on a laser beam, and it was just wide open underneath the basket.
Some Patrick Mahomes stuff right there. Finds a wide open man and just hang time for the big fella.
Like a little Mahomie on that one.
Thanks, TJ. That was a good one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Patonic inbounds. Cease now is going to reset the offense. Cisse drives, kicks, Lathos, pump fakes. Ooh, just a little bit of a miscommunication there. He got bumped pretty hard. Pump fakes, kicks it. Loose ball, Shager. Hits Thatch. Thatch out to Abushinab. Abushinab puts his head down. Gets bumped pretty hard, but they do retain possession. Here's a 3-ball. Thatch misses. However, they're there for the board, and he puts it right back in. That's going to be Cruz again. Cruz has 6.
Cruz looking really good coming off the bench here. Like you mentioned, 6 points already in the second quarter alone. Did not see the floor in the first. But if you're getting that kind of production from your bench.
Wow. Cisse got fouled on the 3.
If you're getting that kind of production off your bench, especially with Hernandez struggling early on, it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. If he can continue knocking down his shots, he could definitely help this team if Hernandez continues to struggle.
Right. Hernandez is heart and soul on the scoring side of the ball for this Panthers team. I feel like he's gone under the radar in the past 2 years of this tournament. I feel like not many people, when they think Jack Tosh tournament players, they think J.J. Hernandez, but over those years, he's really shown why he is such a, you really feel his presence when you play against him, especially on the scoring side of the ball.
And I think it's more so due to the fact that Glenbard North has just not made it very far in the regular bracket. A lot of people overlook those teams who end up playing well in the consolation bracket due to it just not being the overall main attraction of the Jack Tosh tournament. But he's been very good for this Glenbard Panthers team the last couple of years, and he's definitely should not be overlooked, especially when this should be a close game coming down to the end.
Bushinab, 3-ball. Back rim. Here comes Cisse. Hits Beedke. Over to Lathos. Fades, hits it. I saw him knocking that shot down in warm-ups every time, and there it is again. Bushinab hits Thatch. Thatch swings it around the horn. Shager. Bushinab now drives baseline, carves his way to the hoop, but looks for a foul, can't get it to go, and here come the Cougars.
That was just a little bit out of character of Abushinab. He doesn't typically just go up with random shots around the basket. He likes to make sure he's open and can finish around the basket, and that time he was just a little bit out of control.
BK will check out. Han will check in for him. Panthers to inbound. Lathos, 3-ball. Up and in. Camden Lathos knocks it down, and he is now at 12 out of the Cougars' 18 points here in the first half.
And Lathos has just been red hot here in the second quarter. That's now his third knockdown jumper he's hit, and his stroke from behind the arc is just looking immaculate right now. Just absolutely beautiful.
Shager, 3-ball, no good, but Thatch is there for the follow-up. Now 18-13, Cougars lead. You're watching York Sports Network. Well, everyone, welcome back from the quick break. Jump back to the action here. Cisse bringing it up, and looks like the Panthers have switched to a 1-3-1 trap. Hernandez at the top there. Panthers are having a little bit of a, or Cougars having a little bit of a hard time breaking this here. Eventually will. Here's a 3-ball from Hahn. It's going to be off, and Cruz will pull the board down, and here comes Hernandez, and the Panthers spin move. Wow, that was a nice move. Thought he might have thought about the shot after to finish that move off, but decided to pull it back and reset the offense. Here's Shager. Shager out. Here's Hernandez. Fades away, throws it up, and that's an air ball. Another uncharacteristic miss from Hernandez.
And Hernandez just forcing way too many unopened looks right now. He's only had 2, going 1 for 2 in the open looks. He just got to settle down on the offensive side, let the game come to him, don't play the game himself.
Shager hits Hernandez. Hernandez drives baseline, kicks it. Thatch, 3-ball, up and in. 18-16. Cougars still lead, but Panthers not going anywhere. Wide open corner 3 from Patonic. Off the mark, and here come the Panthers down the floor. Thatch hits Shager. Shager down low to Cruz. Hernandez now has it over to Thatch. Thatch, 3-ball, no good. There's Rhodes with the rebound, and here come the Cougars now. Patonic. Cisse, 3-ball. Bang, bang, bang.
Little knuckler there from Cisse. It's not going to stop it from going in, though. Just he's been so good around the basket when he can get his open looks from 3 and he cashes in on them. It just makes him much more dangerous on the drives later in the game.
Right, because then they're going to start covering him out in the 3-point line, and then he'll drive. Great pass over to Hahn. He's blocked by Hernandez.
No soup for you, Hernandez, with the glass clean.
Sorry, TJ, but they called a foul.
Unbelievable.
I was about to say it.
Didn't hear.
I was about to say it.
I didn't hear anything.
I was about to say it, TJ.
I got too excited, so I missed it. Missed the foul call.
Here's Hahn at the line for a pair. So knock down the first one.
I was about to say, with that foul call, if it was not called a foul and it was a block, it would have been a huge momentum swing for Glenbard North, which would have helped them out a lot. Down 6, would have got the momentum up, got the fans involved, getting your bench teammates involved, getting them more excited about what's going on in the game.
Panther faithful.
Oui.
Here's Shager. He's bringing the ball up here. Looks like the Panthers have switched back to man-to-man after coming out with the zone to start this half. Thatch thought about the 3. He's going to hit a Bushinab it. BK grabs it, and now Patonic has it. Another turnover forced by the Cougars defense. Cisse over to Beedkey. He's going to miss the 3. Shager hits Thatch. Poked away by Badidki. Beidki. Bushinab now has it. Hits Shager. Here's Cruz. Hop step, throws it up. No good, and Rhodes will grab the board, and here comes Cisse and the Cougars. Biedke, 3. Got it to go, 10-point lead.
Biedke knocks down his first triple of the night. That's his first points on the scoreboard as well. It's good to see that he's knocking something down here in the first half. Hopefully he can carry that over into the second as he's one of their better shooters.
Cruz throws it up and gets fouled, so he'll head to the line for a pair.
Conant foul 24, Brandon Biedke, his second, team second, and led you to Glenbard North, number 11, Jacob Cruz. Back in the game for Conant, number 14,
The 10-point game here going into halftime, assuming, well, I won't assume anything if he makes it or not, but 38 seconds left.
There's the announcer's jinx, folks.
Going into halftime with the lead. Glenbard North is going to have to make some adjustments, and I think that's just getting into the inside a little bit more. As Lathos gets fouled in that shot. I just think that Glenbard North is settling for too many outside jump shots, and when they do get inside the paint, it's not good looks. They're taking very contested layups right now. When they drive to the basket, they got to look to kick the ball back outside, find those open looks from deep instead of just forcing yourself to try and make three-point shots that aren't open. You got to get those open looks for your guys that can shoot the ball.
Right, and that's going to come with getting guys like J.J. Hernandez going, getting him to the rim. Because then once he starts going to the rim, they're going to have to cover that, which will lead to wide open three-point looks. Drive and kick. So let's see what the Panthers will do here on their last possession of the half, most likely. Abushinab now hits Shager. Shager looking for the best look possible. He's going to get it back to Hernandez. 8 seconds remain. Hernandez looking to go isolation here against Patonic. He gets a screen from his left side and is fouled immediately. Probably the right play. So Kulig will check in here to finish the half for Patonic. Hernandez gets fouled again.
So it looks like they're bringing Kula just a hack. Comes in, gets a quick foul. Probably going to do it again to send him to the line.
Got a David versus Goliath matchup here, folks. Hernandez at the buzzer. Oh, hits the back of the rim. And TJ, for everyone that just tuned in, why don't you break down how the game has gone so far and what the Panthers have to do to keep themselves in this ball game. You know, the Panthers have had early success. You know, they're 8-1, and they clearly had success. Their shots just seem not to be falling. So tell everyone what they need to do to keep themselves in this ball game and give themselves a chance at winning.
So first of all, in the very early parts of this first half, both teams very much struggled from the field. They were not able to knock down their jump shots. It was a very slow-paced, very turnover-heavy battle in the first quarter. As we got closer to the end of the first and into the second quarter, both teams started knocking down their shots. It was just a good defense from the interior defensive side of the ball for the Conant Cougars. They were doing a great job limiting the open layups in the paint that J.J. Hernandez is going to, and that's another part of the reason why this game is so far apart now is Hernandez has been ice cold. He's 1 for 7 from the field in the first half. He's their leading scorer. They need him to get hot, and they need him to get into a rhythm fast if they want to come back and get back into this ball game come second halftime.
Couldn't agree more, TJ. And with that, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching New York Sports Network. everyone, and welcome back to the Campbell Gym for a great first round matchup between Glenbard North Panthers and the Conant Cougars. TJ, why don't you break down what's happened so far in this game for everyone?
The game got off to a bit of a slow start. Very defensive heavy. JJ Hernandez, the best player for Glenbard North, has been ice cold, 1 for 7 in the first half, and that's part of the reason why they're down by 12 currently. And Conant just played really well. Biedke had a great first half. He had 14 points, and they're looking for him to continue. Or sorry, Lathos had 14 in the first half.
Thank you, TJ, for breaking that down. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Biedke loses it. Just scrambling everywhere in a Bushido. Whoa, what's going on? Body's flying, and they're going to give it to a Bushinov and the Panthers. He's hyped about that. He's very, very excited about that.
Probably should have been a shot clock violation, but
It worked out.
it looked like a Bushinov grabbed it. I'll give the shot clock guy a break on that one.
Mr. Holba, come on, man.
But
do better.
But I think that's what the refs discussed. It went out of bounds, but they were like, it was a shot clock violation. It didn't actually matter which way the ball was going out after it went out of bounds.
All right, Thatch. Down to Cruz. A Bushinov now. Drives, kicks. Hernandez. Out to Thatch. Thatch, 3-ball. Got it. Now a 9-point ball game, and the Panthers looking to start some momentum here.
Yeah, get it out, going in the early gates of the second half play. Thatch is going to knock down a huge 3-pointer, giving Glenbard North some momentum, starting their offensive productivity out here in the third quarter.
Whoa. That was a lot of chaos there. Hernandez has it. Hits Thatch. Shager down low, or down out. Hernandez, he drives, hits Cruz. Cruz tries to throw it down, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the charity stripe for a pair.
And Rhodes is just very undersized compared to Cruz. Cruz standing at 6'7", and Isaiah Rhodes just 6'2". So with that huge mismatch in the paint, that's just about all you can do if you're Rhodes in that situation. Send the big guy to the line, make him earn his 2 free throws here at the charity stripe.
Cruz, we know, is 0 for 2 already, and that will make him 0 for 3 with a miss there. He's really struggling from the free throw line here. However, he does have 6 points, one of those being a really nice dunk from that pass from Ibushi. Now, that was definitely one of the highlight reels of that first half for this Panthers offense.
And I didn't bring it up in the moment, but I definitely think Ibushi stepped over the line. I'm like 95% positive I saw that. Refs did not, so obviously me seeing it does not do Conant any good. But
all right, smarty pants. Correct the refs.
Well, over the line.
Nah, I couldn't. I agree. I thought I did too.
I wasn't complaining after the throwdown, though.
And then TJ decided to say Mahomie after, so not sure about that one.
Fine, more like Matt Stafford.
Here come the Panthers. Now only an 8-point game. They got a chance to keep this momentum going here. Hernandez has it. Drives baseline, carves his way to the hoop, throws one up, and just really forced another layup. And here comes Cisse. He hits Lathos. 3-ball. Back rim. And Cruz will grab it. And here come the Panthers now. Shager. Gets to Cruz. Cruz down to Thatch. Shager back to Thatch. Cruz out. A Bushinov. 3-ball. No good. Cruz gets up. Puts it up and in. And one. Cruz, and a chance to make it a 5-point game.
Just absolutely unbelievable right there from Cruz. He's able to jump up and grab that rebound over all of the other Conant defenders, go right back up with it, and once again, the mismatch and the size, you cannot foul him in the paint when you know he's going to make the shot. They did not get enough contact on that hit to prevent that, so they should have just let him be.
That was just some great momentum out of the Panthers to start this third quarter. We're going to step aside real quick. You're watching New York Sports Network. Well, everyone, welcome back from a short break. Panthers have cut this lead down to 6 and have a chance to make it a 5-point ball game here in the Campbell Gym. Like TJ said, he believed that this game would come down to the wire, and as of right now, it looks like it's going to be that way as Cruz puts it up and in, so it's now a 5-point game.
Yeah, and I think Glenbard North just need to get into a little bit of an offensive rhythm, and they've looked a lot better to start out this third quarter, and I think they've played defensively very sound so far in this game, and I don't think that was the problem in the first half. I just think it was the scoring effect that they did not have in the first half.
Cisse now, shot clock's now at 10 seconds. He hits Kuleg. 7 seconds now. 5. Shots up. Rhodes tried to knock down a 3, couldn't get it to go, and here comes Cruz and the Panthers down the floor. He's gonna get fouled. That's gonna be on the ground.
That's gonna be on number 25, Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, have not seen him out on the floor as much as we would have thought. Caleb Williams, senior, 6'5", second tallest player behind Lathos, but just has not gotten that PT and has not had that impact that we expected from their second tallest player.
Cruz kicks that to Abushinob. Now gets it back to Cruz, but it's gonna end up in Rhodes' hands, and here come the Cougars. Here's Lathos. Puts it up and in, and now a 7-point game. Momentum starting to shift back to the Cougars. Hernandez, spin move, throws it up and in! JJ Hernandez lays it up and in, plus the foul.
You love to see from JJ Hernandez on that play. He's not shaken at all by the lack of made shots in this game. He still has all the confidence in himself, and he puts that one up and in, using the glass. Just great finish, fighting through the contact. Now he's got a chance to make this a 4-point game.
He's gonna knock it down and make it a 4-point game. Panthers are really starting to build some momentum. See if they can carry it on here. Kuleg now has it. Still moving the ball, trying to create an open shot. Here's Cisse. Finds Lathos. Lathos launches, that's a tough shot. And Hernandez will grab the board. Hernandez hits Thatch. Thatch to Shager. Out to Hernandez. Kulig closes on him right away. Shager, wow, great pass from Hernandez, and finds a wide open Shager for an easy layup.
Great backdoor cut from Shager. Realized that everyone was pushing up off the baseline. Found that sweet spot, and just unbelievable court awareness from JJ Hernandez to see his guy cutting through, making a great pass through multiple defenders, getting that layup. Just a 2-point game now with 3:28 left to go in this third quarter.
That's the JJ Hernandez I remember from last year, really coming back into his own. With that, score is 30-28. Conant leads. You're watching New York Sports Network. Cisse now finds Kulig. And there's going to be an easy basket. for the Cougars. Here's Thatch. Thatch hits Shager. So now Thatch at the line for 2. He's gonna knock down the first one. So now a 3-point game. Second one's up, he's gonna miss it, and Cisse is gonna grab the board. Panthers now showing a press. Cougars are having a hard time breaking. They're gonna find Lathos deep. Back out to Patonic. Cisse back to Patonic. Out to Lathos. Lathos, corner 3. Got it!
Lathos from deep again. He's lethal from behind the arc, 19 points. That's absolute butter from behind the 3-point line.
Panthers moving the ball around. There's a Bushinab. Finds Hernandez. Hernandez looking to create a shot. He dumps it off to Cruz. Cruz knocks down a defender, but he's going to travel. So Biedke just does a great job of forcing a turnover. Cisse kicks it. Patonic thought about the 3. They get it down low. Cisse, 3 ball. Got it! Now a 9-point game, and the Cougars start to have some momentum.
Conant back-to-back 3s now. They're really starting to get hot from behind the 3-point line, re-extending this lead back to 9, really making Glenbard North having this possession be everything right here. They will get a foul called, but Glenbard North definitely has to capitalize on this opportunity. Do not want to let the Conant Cougars get back into a double-digit lead.
So now Hernandez will go to the line for a pair. And Hernandez is starting to heat up once again, like we saw last year in the tournament. Like TJ mentioned earlier, he started out 1 for 7, very unlike him. We'll see what we can do here at the charity stripe. He's gonna knock down the first one. Second one is up and in. So Hernandez cuts this lead back down to 7. It was just down to 2, but Cougars started to find the 3-point shot. See what they're looking for here. Cisse drives, finds Lathos under the basket for an and 1. Wow, Lathos gets another basket. Right as you feel like the Panthers are climbing back into the game, you just have Lathos and 1 and a chance to make it a 10-point game.
And just absolute great find there from Cisse, finding his big man down in the post. That's what they've been doing all game long, and it's been working to perfection. This Glenbard North Panthers team has got to stop him some way, but fouling him and letting those and ones happen is not the answer.
So now Lathos had 22 points for this ball game, not even to the 4th quarter yet. Here's Cruz, hits a Bushinab. Over to Hernandez. Cruz now has it once again. See a drive, kicks Hernandez. Hernandez carves his way to the basket, dumps it off to a Bushinab for an easy layup. Great pass from Hernandez. So shot clock at 20 seconds. 54 seconds remain in this ball game. Cisse drives, throws it up. He's gonna get fouled, so Cisse will go to the line. He's at 12 points. We'll see if he can get to 14 on both of these free throws.
There's once again another bad foul from the Panthers. They've really just not done a good job here in the late part of this 3rd quarter contesting these Cougars up at the basket. They've just been letting them either get wide open looks or just hacking them, causing all these and ones and free throws that they're getting.
Second one is up and makes this a 10-point lead once again. So let's see if the Panthers can try to go 2 for 1 here, or if they'll just try to get the best shot possible. Looks like they're gonna try to go 2 for 1. They're rushing. Cruz lays it up, and he gets the blocking foul. So technically the Panthers go 2 for 1 successfully, leaving 2.2 seconds left on the game clock. That's the difference between the shot and the game clock. It's a matter of if Cruz can knock down these free throws or not.
Sounds like somebody's not happy over there.
It's all right, he focused and hit the free throw still. He's like that. Come on, don't mess with Cruz. Second one's up, and it's in. So back to an 8-point game. Wow, Panthers bringing on a press. The Cougars almost got the 10-second violation. Here they come. Is that tipped off the Cougars? No, it wasn't. So it will stay with them.
Yeah, last touch by Hernandez, but he does a good job hitting that ball out of the hands of the Cougars, forcing them to have an out-of-bounds play, because it most likely would have been a wide-open layup for Sheriff Telluri.
20 seconds remain. The shot clock does not make an impact here. So the Panthers can hold for the last shot. That's not what you want to do. That's just an underclassman mistake from Abushinov. You want to try to get the best shot there. They're in no rush. And now the Cougars have a chance to make this lead even bigger. Cisse pulls, 3-ball, got it! Are you kidding me, Cisse? Knocks it down, makes an 11-point ball game.
Cisse, that was absolutely disgusting from behind the volleyball line. He's going to get hit as he shoots it. Probably could have been a foul call if the refs decide to give it to him, but he knocks down the 3 nonetheless, extending the lead, like you said, to 11 with 35-46 our score.
Yeah, I feel like he was just trying to draw the foul there. I'm not even sure he was even thinking about hitting that shot, but he knocked it down. So 46-35, Conant Cougars lead. You're watching the 49th annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic on York Sports Network. We'll take a short break.
Stop.
Welcome back to the last quarter of this ball game. 11-point lead for the Cougars. JJ Hernandez and the Panthers are looking to make a run here, keep their tournament hopes alive for the main bracket. Around the horn they go. Thatch finds Hernandez, 3-ball. Got it! JJ Hernandez cuts this lead down to single digits. We'll see what the Panthers have up their sleeve here in this last quarter.
And that's a great shot there from Hernandez. He had plenty of space. He's a good 3-point shooter. He's able to knock it down from behind the arc. It was a deep one, too. Really good to see him get the first one to go here in the fourth quarter. They definitely need him to step up big time if they want to claw their way back into this game.
Hahn getting trapped. On Cisse down to Lathos. Lathos, that's his little spot right there. He loves that shot. And there it is again. He is now at 24 points on the night.
And unlike many other high school basketball players, Lathos absolutely deadly in the mid-range. That's his favorite shot. He goes to it when he needs a quick bucket, and we see him right there. He hits the turnaround, now putting his point total up to 24.
Hernandez hits Shager. Shager down. There's a 3-ball off the back rim and back to the Cougars. They're going to get a foul on Thatch on the ground. So 48-38. Cougars still holding their lead.
And as we get into this fourth quarter, a little bit less time on this, the winner of this Conant versus Glenbard North game will play the winner of our last game of the night, the York Dukes or the Hinsdale South Hornets. That'll be the matchup here right afterwards.
Finds a 3-ball. Lathos now goes up with the board off the front rim. He gets it back. Goes up and gets fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2. He's loving it. And he now has a chance to get his point total up to 26.
Another trip to the free throw line here for Lathos. We've seen him here a lot today. It's probably not what you would want to do if you're the Panthers, as he's a very good free throw shooter. Like I mentioned like a couple seconds before, great mid-range shooter, and I would definitely consider free throw in the mid-range.
There's the announcer's jinx there from TJ. He misses the free throw. Shager now has it, kicks to Hernandez. Hernandez trying to create something for his team. Another spin move. Here's Thomas, gets it back. Now back to Shager, a 3-ball. No good. Thatch trying to tip it back to himself, but Cisse says no, and here come the Cougars. Cisse kicks, Lathos. Back out to Cisse. Drives, kicks. Thought about the 3. Instead, they're going to reset the offense. Lathos, 3-ball. No good. And back to the Cougars. Going up strong, laying it up and in. Wow, great play from Sheris Taluri off the rebound. And now the Cougars are up to a 13-point lead.
There's nothing much more you can say, but that was electric. Scores 51-38 with Conant in the lead. It looks like the farther and farther we get into this game, the more and more Glenbard North starts to fall apart offensively. So I personally think Conant's just going to run away with this game in this last 5 minutes. Glenbard North's going to have to make a very big adjustment if they want a chance to come back and tie the game.
I mean, last year we saw a lot of production out of many guys on the Glenbard North team. I feel like tonight's only been coming from Cruz and Hernandez. I mean, last year you saw Shager hit some 3s. You know, you saw Abushinov have some big games, but tonight you're just kind of seeing production out of one guy. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Well, everyone, welcome back from the short break. The Panthers need a little bit of a run here to keep this game tight. See what they can do. They really want to keep their tournament hopes alive here in the Campbell Gym. Cruz, it's Thomas. Thomas out to... Here's Cruz, he throws it down.
Throws it down for the slammer jammer.
Really threw that one down.
Taluri kicks it out. Hahn, mid-range, got it. Back to a 13-point game. Here comes Hernandez.
Conant's done a great job shooting the ball in the mid-range in this fourth quarter. It's really what's led to their open looks. They did a good job shooting the 3-ball earlier in this game, as well as driving to the basket, so that mid-range has been very open for them.
Here's Cruz. Finds Hernandez. Hernandez, little pull-up three action. No good. Cisse grabs another board. I feel like Cisse has to be in around the 10 rebound category tonight. I mean, he feels like he's been all over the glass.
Yeah, definitely up there. I'd definitely at least give him 6 to 7, 100%. He's just a great rebounding guard. He's got a great vertical jump, even though he only stands at 6'1". He gets up there. He gets those boards over those bigger defenders that you don't typically see. He reminds me a lot of the Bolingbrook guard, Josh Aniceto, with that rebounding ability at such a short height compared to those centers out there, like Cruz or J.J. Hernandez.
Yeah, and the Panthers really need some quick baskets here if they want to keep themselves alive. They're going to have to make an adjustment like TJ mentioned earlier. And everyone's going to have to start contributing. It can't just be the J.J. Hernandez show. Other guys are going to have to step up. They only got 4 minutes. They're going to have to start peaking here. Wow, there's an alley-oop finish for the Cougars. And that's kind of just been the story all night. Paint battle, and they just have won it.
See Caleb Williams get his first points on the scoreboard. He gets up there. We're talking about that height, 6'5". He also has a great vertical jump to go with it.
Hernandez, three ball off the mark. And Taluri grabs the board here for the Cougars. Cisse kicks it. Out to Hahn. Back to Taluri. Spin move, throws it up. No good, but he'll go to the charity stripe for a pair.
His first team's fourth lunch into the race.
Taluri knocks down the first. Second one's up and in. Comes Hernandez. Panthers down the floor. Out to Thatch. Thatch hits a Bushinov. Bushinov now tries to make a pass, and this is going to have another turnover. And here come the Cougars now. Cisse. Drive, floats it. It's a charge. Hernandez will step in and take another charge. Cisse used a little bit too much of his shoulder there. It's great job by Hernandez to step in and take one for the squad. But still a 17-point lead.
I'll say it's a great thing to see when you're leading guys and older role models like Hernandez step in, taking those charges. Really shows why they're considered to be one of your better players. It's just unfortunate for them that this game is over, down 17 points.
Hernandez.
He gets up there, but, well, now 15 points, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. They would need just about a miracle to come back into this ball game.
Yeah, with that, we're going to step away. You're watching York Sports Network. We're back from the timeout. Conant Working out their press breaker here. They got to break this north press. And they will do so successfully. Biedke now has it. Finds Cisse. Cisse back to Biedke. Rhodes steps in, finds Cisse. Biedke now has it. Out to Hahn. Hahn, 3-ball. Air ball. Rhodes tries to put it back up, and he will. Second time's the charm for Rhodes. And
that's a great offensive possession there for the Cougars. They took their time. They got a good 3-point look. Didn't get it to fall, but then Rhodes was right there, ready underneath the basket to clean up that mess.
Cruz for 3. He misses it. Thomas now launches and got it. So now a 14-point ball game. Hernandez just loses the ball, and now it's a scramble. (45-59). Conant Cougars lead. We're gonna take a quick. We're gonna step aside. You're watching Your Sports Network. Welcome back from the short break. A big miracle is needed here if the Panthers want to advance into the next round, but right now it's been all Cougars. It feels like it has been all game at least so far. They're gonna start fouling.
Like you said, it's felt like it's been very Cougar heavy since about the midway point in the second quarter. They really have done a good job offensively. Lathos leading the way with 25 points, but that's not even to mention Cisse also having 17. Their two top guys have just played phenomenal here tonight, and that's part of the reason why they have such a big lead. But the other reason is that J.J. Hernandez has struggled from the field. He's got 13 points currently, but field goal percentage-wise, just not great, sitting around that 25 to 27 percentage range.
Yeah, TJ, it feels like every time the Panthers tried to climb back into this ball game, that the Cougars have had an answer every single time. Here's Hernandez, 3-ball. That's going to be an air ball, but Cruz saves it. Thatch now has it. Thomas back to Thatch. 55 seconds remain here. Shot clock at 11, that's a turnover. Lathos grabs it, and here comes Cisse down the floor. Finds Biedke. He's going to give it to Rhodes. Rhodes going to lay it up and in. So now 61-45. All Cougars here in the Campbell gym. Thomas finds Cruz. Back to Thomas. To Hernandez now. 25 seconds remain. Hernandez, coast to coast, lays it up, but gets fouled. Or not fouled, he gets hit pretty hard and hits the deck. And here come the Cougars. Lathos pump fakes, throws it up, gets fouled. Now just a lot of scrambling. They're not going to give them the foul. They're just going to heavy contact there. Hernandez spin move, lays it up and in. Biedke went for a block, but couldn't get it. And that's going to bring this game to a close.
Conant does a great job here getting out of this first round. They had a tough matchup against Glenbard North, is what it looked like. 5-6 coming into it, taking down an 8-1 team. They did a great job all around. They ended up winning this one 61-47. Great performances from Lathos and Cisse leading the way for this Conant team. We will see them again tomorrow night in the Dick Campbell Gymnasium. They will either go up against the York Dukes, the hometown team, or the Hinsdale South Hornets, which will be our next matchup here beginning at 8 o'clock. We are also going to get a post-game interview from Conant done by Christian McQuaid.
Before I go leave for the post-game interview, it would be cool to see York take on Conant. We know last year it came down to a last shot, game-winning shot from Braden Richardson when York took on Conant. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case tonight. York has a pretty good matchup here against the Hornets. With that, we're going to step away. I'm going to go do my interview. Thank you guys tonight for tuning in. You're watching York Sports Network. All right, guys, I'm here with 3 of the stars from tonight's game. I'm going to start with Coach. Coach, what did you like from your team tonight? How did this game go, and why did you guys come out with the dub?
Because of guys like this, you know, and all the other guys in there too. So, you know, they came ready. They're really good players. You know, we know that we know we're capable of it. And to be quite honest, York is in Hinsdale South are, you know, 2 really good teams. We're thinking about that, and we're just focused on being the best team we can be. But you know, you got guys like this that, you know, we've lost some games and had some adversity, but our character, our toughness, our togetherness, you know, it was fun to watch. I'm really proud of them. So I'm going to let you talk to these guys. So thank you. Okay.
So we'll start with you first. You had a great game tonight. Last year, I remember in one of these games you stuck out. You loved that little mid-range shot. So tell us about how your game plan was tonight. What do you think you did specifically? Your game plan, what led to this win for you guys?
I just think, yeah, we stuck together. Like Coach said, we've had a lot of adversity. We've worked through it. Trust my teammates, trust everyone, trust the coaching staff. So, yeah, it's a great team win. Like seeing our guys get better, working hard, giving good energy. So, yeah.
Yeah, and with you guys have a big opportunity to make a good run in this tournament. Start out with a great win over Glenbard North. You guys are very even teams. You matched up very well. So for you, what do you think the team, what did they do very well tonight? What led to you guys getting it done?
I think for us, taking care of the ball is a must. I mean, with the shot clock especially, every possession matters, so we have to take care of the ball, and then we got to trust our teammates. So whenever we're driving, and trust the kick out that they're going to hit the shot, and we're going to get the board and finish the play.
All right, thank you guys so much tonight. Good luck in the future. Good job, guys.